Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a pennies video, like a dupes video. I'm not really sure if these are even dupes. I just saw these products when I was in Pennies the other day and I was like, I'll just pick them up and put them to the test and see do they work out. So I'm going to start out with my foundation on today because the products I'm testing are lip products and eye products. So I'm talking about their eyeshadow palettes and their little lip kit. So this little palette here with 9 eyeshadows in it, and I already owned the Huda Mauve Obsession palette, which looks like this, and I thought that the whole concept behind these two palettes was quite similar. Now I think it's pretty obvious from looking at them that the color scheme is very similar, but obviously the colors are not identical. However, I want to see, can I make a look using this palette and this one to create something like similar on the eye. And looking at them side by side, there are a few shadows that definitely could be dupeable. I don't know if you want to call that a word, dupeable. I'm just gonna say that word there anyway. And then the other products I picked up were the Liquid Matte, the Nude Edit, and they look very similar to these. These are the Huda Beauty Nude Love Collection Liquid Matte Minis, and I just thought that the two products were very similar in concept and obviously in appearance. So I said I would pick up both these products to give them a test today on my channel to see what way they work out. And I thought maybe we might be able to find a few dupes in there, and if we did, how amazing would that be? But it just kind of stood out to me that these products looked extremely similar. I got sent one of these palettes and thought nothing of it until I saw this one. I was like, oh my god, it's totally trying to dupe this product. So let's try it all out on my eyes and my lips today and see how we get on. Okay, so I'm gonna first off start with the Pennies eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna take this center shade here. The rest of the shades are kind of shimmery, or there's like a sheen off them, so I don't know how exactly I'm gonna work this out, and I'm gonna pop that through my crease on this eye. Just going to use the mirror in this just so I can see what I'm doing. It definitely comes across a lot pinker than it looks in the palette, and excuse the fact if you can see like a little mark on my eye. I got my eyebrows waxed the other day and the girl burnt me. So I actually really like that eyeshadow color because I think it's quite pigmented for, you know, a $3.50 eyeshadow palette. I think it looks quite nice. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to wipe off this brush and I'm going to go in with this shade up here. I'm going to take a lighter hand with this one because I feel like it's a little bit deeper than the center shade. But I'm just trying to create an eye look that's slightly similar. Not identical, but just like that you could kind of pull it off as the same thing. Oh my god, I'm actually the stupidest person ever. I'm trying to use the mirror here and I'm like, what is wrong with this mirror? It's very foggy. I still have the sticky thing over it. That is so much better. So I'm going to take a lighter hand with this shade here and let's pop that into this crease. I never really got on with this Mauve Obsessions palette, TBH. I just thought that it was a little bit, I don't know, a bit patchy on my eyes and I wasn't like overly keen on it. But I've worked with it a few times since my initial reaction to it and I'm still kind of like on the fence about it. Okay, so I'm just going to build this up into my crease. I don't know, I think I achieved like the same kind of look. I might actually zoom in for you guys, it'd be a bit easier for you to see. It's really weird because I thought this shade here in the center was way lighter than this one. I mean, it is, but they come across nearly identical on the eyes. Okay, I'm going to start on this eye this time and I'm going to use this deep shade up here in the corner. It's like a maroon shade. I'm just going to use this to add a bit of dimension to the eye look. I'm just going to pop that through my crease and kind of to the outer corner of the eye. This is my issue with this palette. I feel like everything gets a bit splotchy with it and all the eyeshadows kind of merge into one. I don't know what it is about this eyeshadow palette and me. We just have never got on, but I'm going to work my magic with it hopefully. And now from the Pennies palette, I'm going to take this shade down here. I know it's like shimmery and the other one is kind of matte, but I'm just going to see what I can do with it. I'm just taking this on a different brush. Oh, maybe not too much. This has a slight sheen to it, which is obviously very different to the matte side here. This shade is a little bit deeper, so I might just add something else onto this side to deepen it up. I'm going to go in with this shade here. Okay, so I think they're kind of looking the same, this palette. Ugh, I just never ever got on with it. So I want to add a bit of like shimmer into the inner kind of corner, and I have these two colors here, so this one and this one, which, look at the state of my hand. So this one is a little bit more pinky than the top one, and the only other shade that I can kind of replicate it to is this one here. Swatch that underneath. I think this one and the top shade are the closest together. So that is this shade here and that shade there, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put obviously the pennies one on this eye here, that into the inner part of my eye. And next I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty one and take this shade up here and just pop that into inner third. This shadow's a little bit chunkier, but ultimately they're kind of the same color. Okay, I think this is all I can kind of do with the eyeshadows because nothing else really matches. There's like a white icy shade in there, and we've got a cream shade in here. I might just take that icy shade and just pop it underneath my eyebrow. Let's see. Oh, there's like not that much shimmer that actually came off that. It doesn't even look shimmery. I'm just gonna take this shade then as well and pop that one underneath. Like, they're not too dissimilar. I still feel like the choppiness on this is just awful. I'm gonna go with my concealer now and just clean up and fill in my eyebrows and do the rest of my makeup, and then come back and we'll do the lips and we'll kind of discuss where we're at. I'm just gonna finish off the under eye area. I'm just gonna go with this shade and this shade here. I'm just gonna pop that underneath. Hang on, my little mirror again. Just pop that underneath the lower lash line. I know they're not like identical, I know they're not dupes, but I just feel like you can get a similar look. I'm just going to clean this brush off because I want to take that shadow with it, and I just think it's the perfect brush, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now I'm just going to pop this shade underneath this eye, and then finally I'm going to use this shade here. And then from this palette, we're going to go in with that shade that I used in the inner portion of my eye. Okay, I'm going to add some liner and lashes, and we'll come back and talk about the lip products then. Ooh, exciting. Okay, guys, so I have actually gone through the whole experimenting of swatching these for you. I'm going to talk through the colors. So on this side, we have the Huda Beauty, and on this side, we have the pennies. So I'm going to start at the top there on this side, and the color at the top is Crush, then next we have Girlfriend, then Sugar Mama, then Wifey at the bottom. The ones from pennies do not have any names at all, so I just kind of swatched them beside the shades that I thought they might have matched, and I think the first three are not that dissimilar. Definitely not these ones. Like, this is way too dark. It's actually a beautiful shade. It's like the really deep dark shade. So I'm gonna try and find a dupe in these. This one is a little bit more pinky than that one, but I thought that they might be the closest. And now looking at them, I'm thinking this one might match that one instead. Definitely these two are the closest, and then them two. But yeah, maybe this one matches that one a bit better. This has a lot more peach in it. Like, they're not like miles and worlds apart, which is very interesting. Okay, so the dupes that I'm gonna try and go for are the shade Wifey, which is this shade down here at the bottom, and then this shade up here at the top, which has no name obviously, but it was obviously the first color that I swatched from pennies. So they are the most similar. Now, I don't know what way they come in the pack. Like, obviously they don't have any names or anything like that, but I'm sure you could pick out the shade that I'm talking about here because it's like the lightest. So what I'm gonna do is, I've already lined my lips with the NYX Suede lip liner in Too Loose. I'm gonna go with pennies on this side and Huda Beauty on this side. So this is Wifey, which is kind of the whole reason why I bought this like quad of liquid lipsticks, because I've been wanting it for a long time, not gonna lie, and I just heard the greatest things about it. Oh my god, that's such a pretty nude. Oh. And now I'm going to go in with the liquid lipstick from pennies and just apply it to this side. But maybe once they dry, they won't be too different. I mean, they're not worlds apart. Like, you wouldn't be like, oh my god, that girl's wearing two different lip products. But I'm just going to wait for them to dry, and then I'm going to like feather on my lip liner again, just to kind of like, I don't know, make the lip product look a bit better, I guess. Let's discuss. Okay, so first of all, the formula is a little bit different from pennies to Huda Beauty, naturally, because they are two different products. I don't expect them to have the same formula. The Huda Beauty is a lot more liquidy in formula, and then the liquid lipsticks from Penneys are a bit more whipped. I think they've changed the formula. I feel like they never used to be like this before, and I actually prefer the new formula. So I'm feeling like there's no stickiness from this side. The old formula definitely left like a sticky, tacky feel to the lips. Also, these dry a lot quicker than the Huda Beauty. That's just putting that out there. I am actually really content with this little dupe. I feel like maybe it's not identical, but you're not like honestly gonna notice. Well, I wouldn't notice that I was wearing two different lip products unless I looked really close, and then I would be like, oh yeah, a little bit of a difference, but nothing kind of crazy. And I think if you bought the Penneys version, you're definitely getting at least two very similar liquid lipsticks, and they look really pretty on. Like, this looks really nice. I'm really happy with this. So I would definitely pick up the Penneys one. They're a $5 for 4. So that is like, what, $1.25 each per liquid lipstick, which is amazing. Whereas the Huda Beauty are like $36. I'll actually get the proper price and link it down below. But they're a lot more expensive, and you're getting a very similar look on the lips. Now I just want to kind of discuss the palettes, because I do feel like obviously I would never in a million years be under the illusion that these palettes are dupes. I mean, I'm not blind. It's pretty obvious that they're not complete dupes. But I managed to make an eyeshadow look so similar to the Mauve Obsessions that I am happy enough to leave my house wearing this, because I'm going ice skating in about 2 hours, and I will wear this ice skating. I am under no illusion that they are identical, but they are so surpassable. Like, I've looked really close at my eyes, and just after looking in the mirror right there, and I honestly can't tell the difference. Other than I just did this myself, I wouldn't know which palette I used on which eye, and I'm really, really happy with the look. This $3.50 eyeshadow palette was better than the majority of the eyeshadow palettes I've tried from Penneys in the past. I feel like this blended really well. I really like it on my eyes. I feel once I kind of used concealer and cleaned up the outside edges, it looked great. And I've never really gotten on that well with the Huda Beauty's Mauve Obsessions in the past. I'm still not going to say I absolutely love it. I'd prefer to have this palette, to be honest, because I can create like kind of a similar look, and I didn't have as much problem with like choppiness or anything like that. I know so many of you guys watching this get on really, really well with these Huda Beauty little palettes. I haven't had the best experience with this one, but I'm willing to try maybe more in the future to see how, you know, they work on my eyes. That is my 2 cents on these eyeshadow palettes and on the liquid lipsticks. I feel like definitely the Penneys liquid lipsticks are worth every single cent. They are super affordable. Where's the other one gone? They're super affordable. They have beautiful colors. Like, I'm dying to try this dark brown. And from these swatches, I mean, you guys can see that there are clearly similarities, and I will definitely pick up more of these Penneys ones, because I don't think I would bother getting any more of the Huda Beauty liquid lipsticks. I think I'm set. I have the nude ones, and they're kind of like all I was ever really that interested in, other than Medusa liquid lipstick. It's like bomb.com. I absolutely love that. And if you want to save yourself some moolah on the Huda Beauty ones, then go pick up Penneys. Happy days. Or Primark, as it's known everywhere else in the world. When I say Penneys, people are like, what are you talking about, girl? Anyway, that is enough from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's beauty video. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I will have a new video for you guys very, very soon. Please stay tuned. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button. I will talk to all of you guys in my next video.